Nick, good to see you. Big Social Security news. The COLA jumps 3.2%, but Medicare Part B is up 5.9%. The cost of living adjustment reflects another year of high inflation. And we now know we're going to be paying almost 6% more for Medicare Part B. So does this mean that we're going to see a smaller check in January?
No, we'll still see a little bit of an increase in January also with our check with that 3.2%. Obviously, it's not as big as last year's with the 8.7% increase. But with that, it is going to be offset, just a little bit with that higher Medicare premium as well. We're going from the $164, dollar premium up to the $174.70 premium per month. So it does go a little bit, but it is offset, from the Medicare as well.
Okay, that's good because those numbers seemed a little bit frightening, I think, to a lot of people. Does this COLA affect when we should be claiming our benefits?
It doesn't. The COLA really doesn't play a factor into, when we should be selecting those benefits. Selecting those benefits is still a unique, situation or a unique choice to us. That's got to be dependent on, our retirement timeline, our life expectancy, our need for income. We've got to start playing all of these factors into it. COLA doesn't play a huge factor into when we select that, but we can delay those benefits all the way up until age 70, and we get that 8% simple interest increase, each year that we delay after our full retirement age. But the COLA, it obviously is coming into our paycheck that we're getting, from Social Security, but it's not something that we're looking at per se as a determining factor of when to select Social Security.
Okay. So as you mentioned, 2024 Medicare Part B is going to be up to $174.70, which is up again 5.9%. This premium usually comes straight out of your Social Security check. Explain how this works, please.
Right. So as long as you're electing Social Security, it's going to be a monthly. And the way that Medicare works is it comes out for that month. So you're essentially paying your Medicare premium as of the first day of the month, and you're going all the way through. Now, one of the other topics that you have to be careful of is your earnings that you have. So all other income streams. If you're selling a property throughout the year, if you're cashing in a large investment, if you have earned income, you want to be careful of what all of those income streams are, because it's going to subject you to what's called IRMAA. And IRMAA is going to increase your Medicare premium potentially if you reach certain thresholds that are shown here on this chart. So $103,000 or less of income for individual filers, or for those that are married filing separate returns, is going to keep your IRMAA in check, and you're going to be paying the $174.70. You start going up above that, and you double that for married filing jointly, essentially. Now, all of a sudden, you start getting into, higher Medicare premiums that we have to be careful of. So as we go into tax preparation season, one thing I always tell people, a lot of tax preparers, a lot of enrolled agents, they're trying to do the best that they can to get you the biggest refund. And, that may be filing a joint return, that may be filing a married filing separate return. And if you're filing that married filed separate return on that chart, if you're $103,000 or less, you stay at the $174.70. But if you go over that $103,000, now all of a sudden you jump the next three brackets, and you go up to a monthly Medicare premium of $559 a month. It's a huge increase with this. So, just to save, a couple $1,000s on your tax return or get a nice little refund may penalize you down the road with this. So you want to be careful of that.
Interesting. Thanks for pointing that out. That was really enlightening. So 75% of people 50 plus worry that Social Security will run out in their lifetime. Does this COLA increase affect the program's solvency?
So it essentially does. Obviously we're taking more out of the trust fund, every time that we increase. So we've talked about in the past different changes, that may potentially be out there. Increased taxes, reducing, the top end of what that COLA can be. They may lock it in that it can never go above 3% or 5% or whatever that number is. So obviously taking more out of that trust fund is going to cause Social Security to reduce a little bit more. Now, obviously, the investments that they have inside of there may be paying a little bit more interest and extend it for a period of time. But there is a likelihood that the trust fund is going to run out under its current structure. We know that number to be out there in the year 2033 to 2034 if things don't change. But obviously, Congress is going to continue to kick this can down the road. Nobody wants to see Social Security go away, but nobody wants to make big changes to it either, to lose votes. So unfortunately, they're not making any quick changes on it, which may result in more drastic changes years down there.
I know this is why you work with clients, though, to make sure that they have multiple streams of guaranteed income in retirement.
Absolutely. Just relying on Social Security, just relying on the government, isn't a good retirement plan. It can be part of the retirement plan, but it shouldn't be the whole retirement plan. So we want to set up different income streams to be able to offset that.
Well, Nick, thank you so much for talking through this. Obviously, claiming Social Security, very complicated, but it's something that you specialize in. If somebody has questions about anything that we've covered today, what's the best way to reach you?
Absolutely. They can reach out to us online at icanberryretirement.com. You can schedule an appointment straight from our website, or you can give us a call at 937-498-1128 and schedule a meeting there to sit down with Luke or myself.
All right, Nick, thank you.
Thanks, Erin.